This is Marty Dixon, and I'm the English Language Arts Specialist for the middle schools and high schools. Teachers know firsthand the toll remote learning has taken on students. From social emotional distress to learning loss, the effects of school shutdowns on students are profound despite the significant efforts teachers have made to meet the students' needs and improve non-traditional instruction. To better prepare our students for the academic challenges that they face in the future, adjustments to curriculum pacing are needed. These adjustments, informed by school-level collaboration, should identify the essential skills and standards students must develop and master to ensure academic success in the future. The toolkit provides a framework that assists teachers in these efforts. In order to ensure that students achieve the learning necessary to succeed, accelerated learning is necessary. What do we mean by accelerated learning? Accelerated learning requires that students consistently receive grade-level materials, tasks, and assignments along with appropriate scaffolds that make the work accessible. More specifically, instead of sending students backwards to fill in all the potential gaps in their learning, leaders and teachers should focus on filling in only the most critical gaps, and not in isolation, but at the moment they're needed. Let's take a look at the Accelerated Learning Toolkit. Notice that there are 4 types of resources for primary, intermediate, middle, and secondary level teachers: an accelerated learning process, an accelerated learning guide, a sample lesson plan, and other supporting resources. Let's begin by focusing on the Accelerated Learning Process document. This document outlines the thinking process for designing the next unit of instruction based on the pacing guide, previous grade level standards, and formative and summative data. This resource is intended to show the big picture of how to plan for accelerated instruction, and it outlines and models the design process of prioritizing what students need to know and be able to do to achieve proficiency on required standards. This document is intended to assist PLC teams that understand day-to-day and unit compacting, yet need a process that can be consistently used unit by unit. Next, let's look at the Accelerated Learning Guide. This document exemplifies curriculum and assessment planning for the next unit based on the thinking process. Teachers and PLC teams that need support prioritizing standards and ensuring integration of prerequisite skills into the unit plan can reference this model. This document serves as a quick reference guide for teachers so they can determine the new learning for students based on the unit's power standards. This is especially important in ELA because our standards spiral and skills can unintentionally be left behind. Let's look at the example on the screen. This document begins by listing the power standard RL 6.1. It reminds teachers that this standard or part of this standard was already taught in Unit 1, and teachers know that they taught this in conjunction with short stories. But in Unit 3, this standard will be paired with the 2 texts or anchor texts that are listed below, and these 2 texts happen to be poems, so they will be looking at this standard in the context of a different genre. It also recommends that paraphrasing be taught as the new skill in this unit. Up until this year, students have only been required to quote accurately from the text as a means to cite evidence. The 4th column then lists areas of focus and acceleration for each power standard. The lesson plans for Accelerating Learning document provides a model of how the thinking process and priority standards exemplified in the previous documents can be used to create daily lessons that provide accelerated teaching, learning, and assessment on grade level standards. This resource provides an example of a daily lesson plan that integrates prerequisite skills with the grade level standards to address students' immediate needs while facilitating grade level learning. Specifically for the 6th grade lesson plan on the screen, students will review how to cite evidence by quoting from a grade level text related to the unit's theme. They will learn how to paraphrase evidence using the gradual release of responsibility method, the I do, we do, you do. and they will write a response to explain how their evidence supports their claim. Teachers are thus reviewing a previous skill with grade level text, learning a new skill with grade level text, and explaining their thinking and writing. This is an example of integrating prerequisite skills with grade level standards or accelerated learning for students. Other supporting documents, such as rubrics, T&TP grade level assignments, conferencing guides, digital reading resources, and multicultural text connections are found in the toolkit. These documents have also been linked to the Navigator for easy access. In closing, we want to reinforce that these tools are optional. They are simply a resource for teachers or teams of teachers to use as they make the important decisions about what should be taught in the valuable time that we have with students. If you have any questions about any of these documents, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm here to help you navigate through this challenging time.